Laphinde lafika futhi lelo thuba lokuthi uMajali athi kuni nonke sanibonani emakhaya sengikhona nentandokazi yohlelo Yilungelo Lakho, it's your right. And siza kuni la bukhoma la kumahamba phambili SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Sidinga idolunye udaba lwenu bathengi njengenjwayelo. Ukhumbule ukuthi emva kwethu bal open up the lines nizosifonela nisibuze imibuzo nibeke futhi nemibono. Izingcingo zethu 0117146918 or 714691. Email address is consumer@sabc.co.za. Siyatholakala futhi ku Facebook na ku Twitter. Asihlale phezulu kwendaba yethu mbukeli. Mbukeli ngabe uyawazi umehluko phakathi kwe-guarantee ne-warranty? Abathengi abaningi banokuthenga zonke inhlobo zezimpahla eziza nezivumelwano ezibizwa i-guarantee ne-warranty. Lezi zivumelwano zibekelwe ukuthi phela zivikele umthengi uma leyo mpahla ayithengile ingafike ezingeni eliphephileyo noma eligculisayo. Kodwa ke abathenga abaningi abangakwazi ukuthi bangalahlekelwa phela yile mvume uma bengalandelanga imithetho nezinyathelo zalesi sivumelwane. Kodwa ke umthengi ongafunanga neze ukuhlala phansi enalenkinga owalapha eFereniging lapha eGoli ngoba ubewazi amalungelo akhe kwamsiza lokhu ukuthi phela angamoshelwa nemali yakhe. Ake sibheke udaba lakhe.
Kollega wahlangana netimbila tithutha emva kwekuthenga imoto lensha egalaji lelithengisa timoto.
From the day sothatha imoto umuntu bengihamba naye realized ukuthi there was something wrong with the starter. Then she told the lady besithenga kuyimoto, but then the lady said no, it's because it was a different car. So then we understood, like we believed the lady. And then sabuya nemoto, and then the following day imoto yangiphama problems with starter.
Kepha ke ngoba imoto yayisase ku warranty wacela kwekuthi bamshinjisele yona bamnikete lensha. Kepha igalaji lashaya ngendvuku phasi.
Bathi bona angeke bakhona ukureplace imoto. Ngithi okay, what's the use of a warranty and guarantee? What does this to mean? If you say to me akwazi kuyireplace and then akwazi kuyithatha, because I was even saying to them, okay guys, if you cannot replace it, take it then. Let's just cancel the contract to say okay, if you cannot replace it because I cannot pay for a car engasebenzi.
Kepha ke kollega bengakatmiseli nani kuphosa lithawula. Wehla enyuka afuna lisido. Emva kwetinyanga letimbili bekahlekelela yedwa.
Eventually they gave me a new car. Now I have a new car.
Kungafani nalabanye bathengi labe bangalahla lithemba esimeni lesifana nalesi lwadi lwakholeka ngekusebenza kwema-warranty nema-guarantee lwamsebentela.
Even if you understand those terms and do understand those terms, guarantee and warranty, but it's very important that when you have a contract, you must read, you must understand the contract that you have.
I-Global Jewelry Academy ifundisa bosomabhizinisi kwenda bucwebe. Babe Robert Bays, umphathi walesikolwa, wathi kabanti ngema-warranty nema-guarantee.
Ngakuthi ukwenzela i-ring kufuneka kunikeze i-warranty ukuthi le product leni kwenzele yona nikunikeze lifespan say 5 years for example, and in that lifespan i-functionality ngeway lendlela le product izosebenza ngayo uzokhona ukuthi uyibone ukuthi iyakusebenzela wena ngokwakho. Siphinde futhi sikunikeza ne-guarantee. I-guarantee isho ukuthi ngasikwenze le product sifaka ama-diamonds ne lama diamond ngeke maphume lapha kwale ring, even ungawasha, even ungangena emanzini okanjani. Ngamanye amagama i-guarantee lesikunikeza ukuthi ngale diamond ingaphuma ubuye lakithi futhi sizokhona ukuthi ureplace leyo.
Ema-guarantee nema-warranty atfolakala cishe kuto tonke timphahla letisebenzisekako. Kepha ke ingoti kwekuthi lama-warranty nema-guarantee angakulahlekela uma uphula tivumelwano noma ulahla tiliphu kanye nalamanye emaphepha leta nemphahla loyithengile.
Into yokuqala siyenza ukuthi no singayilandeleli iclaim yakho ukuthi uthatha lento uyifaka kwe-acid kanti le acid is above the strength. Le acid ingaphezulu kwe-strength sale classification yale gold. Sithi no, uyihlukumezile. Kwesibili, uthola ukuthi umuntu uyasebenza. Usebenza nale ring yakhe. And ngephazamo ishaywa ngegrinder. Lento into kufuneka sazi ukuthi no singakhulumisana ukuthi singakunceda mara uphume endleleni yeguarantee newarranty yethu.
I-Consumer Protection Act ithi umthengi une-warranty ya-6 months leta nempahla la ithengile akukhathali kwekuthi umthengisi umtshelile noma cha. Le warranty isho kwekuthi uma leyo mpahla iphuka umthengisi kumele ayilungise noma akunike lensha noma akubuyisele imali yakho. Igaranti yona sethembiso lesendiwa ngumthengisi kwekuthi lempahla la kuthengisela yona isezingeni lelisetulu futhi itakujabulisa. Uma kungenjalo kumele uyibuyisele akunikete lensha. Kepha ke sengathi labanye bathengi abadi kahle kwekuthi ayini lama warranty nema guarantee kanzi futhi asebenta kanjani.
When you buy something from a shop and they say you have a 2-year guarantee, I think it's because they would say this thing is we're giving you this 2 years that it will surely work. It's not going to disappoint.
A warranty would normally be where they would repair it for you if any of the items or let's say appliances or so were a bit damaged. Guarantee means that it's guaranteed. So anything happens or goes wrong with it, they normally just replace it for you.
When you buy something from the shops, it comes with guarantee, meaning they assure you that within this time frame, this thing will be working.
I'm not really sure what warranty is, but with the guarantee, if you buy something and then bakunikeza a specific period of time, but guarantee yayo leyo nto leyo usho ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi leso into leyo isese under istore.
Kepha ke uma ngabe umthengisi ehluleka kufeza sivumelwano sewarranty neguarantee kumele umthengi ende njani. Uma uthenge bucwebe ungaya eSouth African Jewellery Council. Uma uthenge imoto ungaya eMotor Industry Ombudsman. Uma uthenge impahla ungaya eConsumer Goods and Services Ombudsman noma iNational Consumer Commission. Bathengi ke bayexwayisa ukuthi batifundzisise uvumelwano ngaphambi kwekusayina. Zinhle Dlamini, Yilungelo Lakho.
Asibonge kakhulu ngalo mbiko esiwudidiyelwe intokazi uMadlamini uzinhle manje ukhuluma kabanzi phela ngodaba lethu masamukele ubhuti uAndile Mango obuya kwikomishoni ebhekene namalungelo abathengi phecelezi the National Consumer Commission. Sina intokazi enhle uSisineli Nyembe yena ke ongummeli. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to both of you. Sanamukele ohlelweni.
Good afternoon.
All right. Well, let's first introduce ourselves. But Andile wena siyakwazi umsebenzi wakho but awuthi ukuchazela ababukeli ukuthi nenzani lapha eNCC futhi.
Oh, ndisuka ku-National Consumer Commission. Phakathi kwezinto esizenzayo ziphathelele nendaba leni zise-apha studio namhlanje ukuthi sifumana samkela izikhalo from abathengi. Ezinye zezo zikhalo ezingasombululekiyo kwi-process ekuthiwa i-arbitration zi-forwardwa to i-unit yami ye-investigation, so sizi-investigate ke unit leyo ndiyikhokheleyo.
Okay, wena Sisineli uphansi kwe-Consumer Protection Department esisa osichazela ukuthi nenzani nini?
So, Tina, SABC sidila ne-compliance solution for businesses. So, predominantly, we would deal with assisting our business with regards to complying with the regulation. If there would be a complaint by the consumer taken to our clients, we would try to obviously mediate in line with accountability regarding the Consumer Protection Act. We there, obviously, with regards to what we have now, warranties and guarantees, which is part of the show, we would assist them in understanding exactly what that means or entails for the business, and by accounting, it gives effect to the client's rights.
Okay. All right. Let's first give some comment kule insight yethu. It seems like abantu bethu abanye bayacabanga ukuthi bayazi ukuthi warranty ne guarantee yini. But andilo sichazele yini i-warranty?
Sasazi apho iqala khona lento ukuthi xa kukho ndizawuthi supplier noba ngabana i-supplier ngendlela yokuthi iyayithengisa i-product okanye uyi-importile okanye mhlambe uyayidistributor apha eSouth Africa okanye uyayiproducer yena. Kukhona isiqinisekiso asinikezayo kubathengi balo product ukuthi le product ayithengisayo iyaziphumelela kune-requirements at least ezine ekufuza ukuthi ibe iyaziphumelela. So xa sisithi unikeze i-warranty at least ezo requirement zine iyazipasa lo ntsika loo nto. Okokuqala msasazi xa esithi unikeze i-warranty uthetha ukuthi kune-standards kufuneka kuba la product ngokwe-Standards Act yalapha eSouth Africa iya-comply nezo standards. Now that's number one. Okwesibini lo product leyo kufuze xa esikunikeze i-warranty utsho ukuthi lento yayiproducelwe yona le product nale uyithengela yona wena ungumthengi izawuyenza loo nto uyithenge kusithiwa iyayenza. Ayizufika like ifike ikothuse ingayenzi le nto ubuyithengela yona. That's number two. Then okwesithathu xa esithi ukunikeza i-warranty uthetha ukuthi le product akunikeze yona xa uyisebenzisa ndizawuthi i-durable msasazi ayonto uzawuthi xa uyisebenzisa
iyaphuka the next day
uyisebenzisana kanye le nto ubuyithengele yona ungakhange wabe uyayi-abuser and then ibe iyona ntsiki iyophuka. And then okokugqibela xa esithi kunesiqiniseko sakunikeza sona as well ukuthi in terms of equality ye-product le product equality and futhi akukho zi-defects enazo lo product akuthengiseleyo.
Okay. Wena sisinelo sichazela ukuthi i-guarantee ichaza ukuthini?
I-guarantee, you know, mostly it's a play upon words. You know, we use guarantees or warranties, but in effect, the guarantee is a promise that the supplier would give to the consumer, stating that it will meet certain conditions and standards pertaining to that product. The warranty then gets the supplier to then undertake to account to that guarantee that is provided. So that's what they need to understand. It really is a play upon words with regards to warranties and guarantees.
So umehluko awukho omkhulu, but Andile, is that correct to assume then? Why abantu becabanga ukuthi guarantee is more valuable than i-warranty?
Okulula kwi-warranty kuba khona i-conditions ezithile ekufuneka like wena ungumthengi ube u-comply with zona. Umzekelo like nendlela oyisebenzisa ngayo lo product uzabe uyinansikile uyithengile leyo i-coverishwa yi-warranty.
Or maybe let's do examples of maybe the types of products where you will most commonly find one will have a warranty versus a guarantee with Andile.
Ezimotweni umzekelo msasazi zikhona iparts zemoto ezixhomekeke in terms of like ukukuseva kwazo wena as a consumer zixhomekeke ekuthini wena as i-consumer okanye ungu-driver ukuthi udriver kanjani i-habits zakho as u-driver.
That's true.
But zikhona ezinye i-parts apha emotweni noba ngabana ungu-driver onjani still zi-covered ndingathi ezo yi-guarantee but i-warranty i-conditional in a sense.
Okay, all right. Akubukela ke sibambe lapho sithi shelele ngaseyitolo sizoqhubeka banichazele kabanzi ukuthi kahle kahle yini lo mehluko omkhulu phakathi kwe-warranty ne-guarantee. Join us after this. Welcome back Mbogele, khumbula ukuthi nawe phela usungabe ingxenyeke yenkulumo yethu ngokuthi ushayele ucingo ku 0117146918 or 7146919. Ungasithumela i-email ku consumer@sabc.co.za or catch us on our Facebook or Twitter accounts. Namhlanje sikhuluma ngokuthi ngabe yini umehluko phakathi kwe-guarantee ne-warranty. Mangabe uqeda ukungena endlini ngihleli nentokazi uSisineli ophuma kwisisa ongummeli khona lapha ya bafundisa ababukeli kabanzi ngokuthi yini umehluko phakathi kwe-guarantee ne-warranty kanye nobhoti u-Andile Mange yena ke niyamazi ubuya lapha kwi-NCC. Mbukeli thatha ucingo usishayele usibuza umbuzo ubeke umbono. Let's continue with that list. Nelly, maybe you can also add to this. Imapha ama-goods lawa ajwayelekile kwaziwa ukuthi le muyithenga mhlawumbe i-heater or imoto le iza ne-warranty le iza ne-guarantee.
Njengoba ushilo sisi, most of the time ama-product njenge mawuthenga u-TV izasho ukuthi i-guarantee yakhona i-lifespan ama-time frame akhona azoba khona maybe for a year or 2 years and what they would warrant on it.
So are we talking electrical appliances?
Yes.
and so forth?
Correct.
Okay, but Andile?
Kunjalo sisi. Primarily, these items electrical, microwaves,
washing machines, stoves,
fridge, as the household goods zisetshenziswayo kwemizi ngemizi. Zizokanye eziphuma like ezivamise ukuthi ziphume zine guarantee. Eziba ne warranty kukwizinto ezinkulu ezifana nemoto zona zivamise ukuthi ziphumene ne-warranty zi-items ezinjalo.
All right, let's talk about in terms of the general research nophando lenzile Sisineli. Abantu ama-complain anjani when they come to you bengazi ukuthi mhlambe lento le i-guarantee or i-warranty? Osichazele mhlambe ama-cases abake bawaletha kunini.
Ama-case amaningi abantu ba-complain ukuthi kunenkinga ama-defect kwama-products, kune-failure or there's a hazard with regards to layer product.
Yeah.
So i-Consumer Protection Act thina sebachazela ukuthi fanele if kune-defect angithi i-act iyasho in terms of section 56 ukuthi you can take it back ku-supplier leyo uyithenge khona umtshela ukuthi cha ngempela le product le ngiyithengile I meet ama-standards
kuleso sikhathi se-warranty or
you
guarantee.
can go first thing go back to the supplier.
Okay.
And the act does also provide that in the event that you do go uyakhona ukuthi bayi-repair bayi-replace or baku-refund, but kunama exception of course with regards to when they will repair it. However, it is at the discretion at the discretion of the consumer ukuthi cha angisekho happy ngale product and I want a refund or a repair or replacement. And if you do opt for that, they will then repair or refund it. If bayenza i-repair we sell maybe le TV yakho kune extended warranty on workmanship ukuthi bayilungisile as well as on the product itself.
How does that come into effect?
So what happens is you need to also give supplier the opportunity to go through exactly what the problem was in your product. Sometimes, obviously, we want to give it in a reasonable period of time. It can be within 7 to 8 days. Make sure that you understand our T's and C's as a consumer with regards to our time frame when they'll do the investigation. Okay. So, but however, we do look at is there a material defect as well. So, an impairment on the actual component of that product on the manufacturer, or there's failure on the performance there too. So that's what you need to look into. There are exceptions. Like if, for example, we are a misuser or you add extra components where you're acting outside of my instructions, then that's negligence, that's misuse by the consumer. Exactly. And it is an implied warranty for a time frame of within 6 months.
Okay.
Okay, so within 6 months you can go back, but it doesn't mean Guti the warranty and guarantee given by the supplier is exempt. It does go concurrently. So all at once.
Okay. Ngifuna ukubuza abanzi ngokuthi do they all only have a time frame ya 6 months iqala na? But we do have our first caller uBot Michael from Ekatlehong. Nsizwa sakamukela ohleleni umbuzo noma umbona?
Oh nginombuzo lapha.
Buza Nsizwa.
Maruphambene kunalento enikhulumayo.
Awuzame Nsizwa.
Yebo. Inencwadi lapha zaselento zami. Ile ncwadi lezi zase Home Affairs. Manje ngibhale zonke ziphelele. Ngumuntu omdala uyabona.
Yebo baba.
Yeah.
Incwadi
Manje bangitshela ukuthi kufanele ngihole imali engango 1800.
Oh, okay.
Manje lapha
Okay,
esandla
Baba Michael, ithi ngisheshe ngikusize insizwa khona sizonikeza abanye ithuba. Yazi ngicela wenze njani? Ngicela ungalibeka ucingo phansi ama-producers wethu azothatha inamba yakho abekuchazela kabanzi ukuthi singakusiza kanjani. All right, insizwa.
All right.
Siyabonga kakhulu Nsizwa. All right, let's continue with that. You know, you mentioned something very interesting there, Nelly, because when we started the show, we saw the insert there saying factory faults and so forth and so forth. And you just mentioned when a person buys from a supplier, that's when they can ilokuzani guarantee or warranty will come into effect. But what then happens guma sale items and secondary sales? Like, for example, uthenga izinto ko cash converters.
Inkosi Msasazi, as le warranty athetha ngayo usisi ilento kuthiwa xa ishwankathelwa manufacturers warranty, lento iproducer ye product leyo eyibekayo on iproduct itself, and le uthetha ngayo yona ilento kuthiwa ngokwe consumer protection ithi implied warranty. So xa uyithengayo iproduct neproduct noba ibhaliwe na uba iphuma newarranty okanye ibhalwanga, ngokwe consumer protection kune warranty ye 6 months yonke iproduct oyithengayo ephuma ihamba.
So noma ungabe uyithenga kwisale or kwenye indawo like your cash converters or la kushintshwa khona imali for goods.
Kunjalo kanye Msasazi, kunjalo kanye. So iphuma yena lo warranty ye 6 months, and zonke eza requirements ngokwe Consumer Protection Act ekufuze ukuthi xa i-supplier ekuthengisela i-product bazimithe still noba during la period ye 6 months, kule ye 6 months warranty, ine obligation okanye i-supplier ukuthi imithe as a product yayo imithe ezanantsika conditions zonke.
But then the issue is you'd never know when you buy something from a secondary shop ukuthi if that guarantee, how long has it lapsed and so forth and so forth. But Mbuget, do you want to say something quickly?
I just want to add, sometimes the suppliers do indicate ukuthi i-product uzoyithola is it a grey marketed product.
So you must check for that.
Exactly.
All right. Mbukeli sifunda okuningi ke namhlanje asibambe futhi lapho sithi shelele ngasayitolo. Please don't go anywhere. Mbukeli ngabe wena lento oqeda ukuyithenga ine guarantee noma ne warranty, ngabe futhi wena uyayazi yini I difference or umehluko walokho? Ngihleli nezivakashi la uSisinele ongummeli kwaSisa noBhoti Andile ovela kweNCC. Basichazela ukuthi lezi zinto eziwu2 zichaza ukuthini nokuthi wena ke njengombukeli ungakusebenzisa kanjani ke lokhu uma phela usuthola ukuthi lento oyithengile ayisafike ezingeni eligculisayo. Ake sibheke ukuthi lapha nithini ku Facebook. Uthabiso Ndaba uthi, I know the terms, but people shouldn't be ignorant about the specific details after buying the product, because even if you bought your product and lose your proof of payment or damage the product or didn't follow the instructions, well, I guess it's your own fault. You'll lose your money. Tereso Drizi King Baloyi says some of the people, they fight you if you want to replace clothes or something. And William Mashaba says they guarantee something that takes years to give. I don't know which guarantee he was referring to here. But Andile, let's talk about this. I mean, Upundaba seems to be a consumer that is very active. Uyazuguti, you need to keep his into like your proof of payment and all of those things. I guess maybe let's talk about Uguti ama reactions when you attend to this. And then we'll talk about maybe the process, Nelly, of claiming masuthola ukuthi into yakho ifile while it has a guarantee and a warranty. But Andile asikhulume ngoFacebook.
Enkosi Msasazi, I think nami njengomthengi Msasazi phambi koba ndibe ndisebenza le National Consumer Commission, okubalulekileyo ukuthi okunene la eza agreements esingena kuzo xa sithenga i-products sizigcine eza products. Apha ndibhekiseke kubantu abafana abantu abangamadoda ikakhulu abantu engenaxhala labo in terms of ugcina izinto ngabantu abangosisi zonke ezingene ebhegini ezosisi thina sizifaka eplastikini and then xa silahle iplastic yonke into iyalahla, but kubalekile sizigcine eza agreements siziconcludile ngela xesha besithenga ngalo izinto Msasazi kanye nezilip themselves ziprova kanye ukuthi sibhatalele lento kubalekile ukuthi sizigcine nazo.
Okay, Sisneli, let's say now you've got all the relevant documentation. I guess awusichazele mhlawumbe uqala kuphi nje as a consumer ongazi nokuthi where do you even phone NCC? You did state earlier on ukuthi uqala nge-supplier, but awusichazele i-process ukuthi how it would unfold.
So normally into zenzakala uzosenda if it's a formal complaint, if let's say for example you can't resolve it as supply. Abakhona ukusiza nhleli, they don't want to actually enforce ama rights within the Consumer Protection Act.
Yeah.
Then you can lodge a formal complaint. We do have firstly alternative dispute resolutions.
Okay.
Ngama ombudsman within the jurisdiction. So I differ for a consumer, you'd go to the CGSO, which is the Consumer Goods and Services Ombudsman.
Okay.
Or if it's a motor vehicle, there's also your MEOSA, which is the Motor Industry Ombudsman.
But this is after which process, Sisnele, ekutheni mhlambe uyisile kwi-supplier ngafuna ukulungisela lento usuthatha inyathelo ezinkulu manje.
Exactly. And then they will assist if the National Consumer Commission now, but they can't assist you, they can't find a finding after the investigations that my colleagues normally go through.
Yeah.
Into Nzakala, they will forward it through to NCT, which is the National Consumer Tribunal. But it's almost like a court. They will listen to the facts. There will be a commissioner to get a finding and a solution. Remember, the Consumer Protection Act, if a fair market with regards to business practices.
And but deliver on their promises as well, the suppliers.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Sisneli, ngiyabonga kakhulu for clarifying that. Let's take uSisilindiwe kade bambile from eThekwini Ntokazi. Siyabonga kakhulu sakwamukela ohlelweni umbuzo nombono. Sisilindiwe, are you still on the line? Lindiwe? All right, we seem to have lost Sisilindiwe. Let's continue with that then. Sisneli, can I go for a heater all the way up to Ilokuzana, that the biggest body, Yogleama complaints that you just mentioned now? I don't know, what was it, the National Tribunal? Can you take ama complaints for small things like ama heater, kuguti manufacture leyo heater ayikho ukulungisela? How big should those queries be? Mhlambe ngezingale mali but andile.
Msasazi, akukho limit ekhoyo in terms of imali.
Okay, as long as you've bought a product.
Into ekubalulekileyo ukuba siqaphele Msasazi ukuthi into mhlambi into endiyithenge mna nge 5000 rand iminisha kakhulu imali eninzi kakhulu kumna. I mean given uba ndiyithatha phi lo mali ndithenge ngayo lo product le, so ayo issue ayijonga nojonga uba imali inantsika i-product.
All right, now some suppliers are rumored ukuthi hey abakuzwa ngempela, as we saw on Facebook, mawuthi ubuyisela into esitolo omunye ushilo uthi mhlambe impahla, and we did discuss this Sisneli ukuthi sometimes impahla uthola ukuthi usuyigqokile or basho esitolo ukuthi izinto ezifana nezinto ezigqokwa ngasese ngaphansi awukhona ukuthi uyibuyisele esitolo. Speak to us about that.
Into ebalekile ukubameli bamamele ukuthi i-Consumer Protection Act ayichazi ukuthi impahla mau decided you have a change of mind, you're going to take it back. What you need to understand is, does it meet our requirements? Is it of good order? Is it free of defects? Is it durable for a reasonable period of time? And does it meet our standards? So, like things undergarments, for health reasons, sometimes it will be exceptions that you cannot return it. But into futhi amameli ba understand ukuthi it's irrespective ukuthi uthenge a retailer, producer, supplier, ngoba the Consumer Protection Act goes beyond. It places everyone in the supply chain under Section 61. Guti, you will be held accountable to the consumer irrespective of the negligent role, which would you have to adhere to our rules and regulations under the CPA.
Very interesting to know. Asithatha uButhemba eBronco Spray. Buthemba sakwamukela Nsizwa umbuzo noma umbono. Buthemba, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm still with you.
Yebo Nsizwa, qhubeka ngombuzo noma umbono, sakwamukela ohlelweni.
Yes. Umbuzo wami, yes, ngiyabonga. Umbuzo wami usekuthenini ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi nawuthenga impahla entsha kuyakhonakala ukuthi bakuthengisele i-warranty, but i-warranty uyayithenga.
Okay. Indaba bhuti uke wayendaweni bathi bakudayisela ngemali extra, imele ukhokhe extra for i-warranty or i-guarantee?
Yes, i-warranty. Ngithenge imoto, nangithenga imoto bangitshela ukuthi kumele ngibhadale extra for i-warranty. Imoto bekuyi-second hand, but I was buying with cash.
Oh, awubambeka kanjalo nsizwa ngizwe mhlambe bazodinga more information. Any comments there? Put under.
Msasazi,
you can address him, he's on the line.
Izikhalo ezininzi esizifumanayo eziphathelene ne-warranties izikhalo kanye ezifananisi sika Butemba. But njengoba nditshilo msasazi ngokwe-Consumer Protection Act kukho lento kuthiwa i-implied warranty leyaye yena nje 6 months ekhoyo kuyo yonke i-product akudingeki kuba umthengi kubekho imali ayikhuphayo epokothweni yakhe athi uthenga like i-warranty.
Okay, so awumeke ngizwe the rest of Butemba's story. Butemba uqhubekeke, so muthenga leyo moto ke wakho khahlampa imali engakanani?
No, azange ngikhiphe imali.
Okay.
Azange ngivume ukuyikhipha, but elangeni nangiqeda ukuyithenga ngoba ngayibhadala cash, nang sengiyoyilanda imoto bangitshela ukuthi ine problem ine light elikhanyayo bazoyithatha bayimikise kwa Audi bayoqishisa le light. But nangifika kwa Audi ngiyolanda imoto bangitshela ukuthi there is another problem on the car.
How?
So nangibuyela ku dealer ngimtshela nithi bathi kune problem emotweni yamanzi ayavuka wangitshela ukuthi akayingeni leyo.
Butemba siyabonga kakhulu nsizwa. You know, I want to determine this when it comes to the cars as well. I mean, this seems like a very big issue when it comes to parts of the cars. Noguti, how long after usithathile imoto can you? And also the issue of insurance. When does insurance actually come in versus i-warranty ne-guarantee? Mbukeli asipinde futhi sigoqe lapho siyabuya khona manje. Welcome back, Mbogele. We're still discussing the importance of understanding warranties versus guarantees, as well as their terms and conditions. We do have Usisnele Ovela Gwisisa Ongumeli Kona, Nobody Andile Oboya with National Consumer Commission. Let's take Usislengi. We're on the line before Sikpendula Butemba. Usislengi, thank you so much for staying on the line. Togazi Umbuzo no Mumbon.
Umbuzo sis.
Siyamukela Ntokazi, go ahead.
Okay. Since nginenkinga la. Manje ngifuna kwazi ukuthi ngingenwe ngani. Ngathenga i-fridge ne?
Yes.
Game. I played this me. So i-fridge manje ngithenga ngokuthi ayingasekho so lali ku display. Ngaqasha imoto balithatha la ya ekhaya impela. So ekhaya ke kule emakhaya. Then uma ngabe selile ekhaya uma sifika sithi apply i-fridge ngithola ukuthi i-fridge line fault. Right liyasebenza but yabo nje linenkinga even ukuduma kwalo and kunani intambo nje ezidengayo. Okay ngihambe ngegame ngiba reported nginenkinga kanje bathi sothumela umuntu. Okay fine. Cishe after 2 weeks angifonela umuntu sisi wena onenkinga yayimo nenkinga ye-fridge abuze likuphi i-fridge ngimtshele lisemakhaya athi sisiyaza ngibona singakhona ukusiza bengithi around la eduze kwedorobha neyebo lonto ngibuye ngiba reported estoro manje kufanele ngenze njani because uma ngithatha imoto futhi ngiqasha imoto ngiletha la bese mhlambe bengitshela indaba yama repairs nani angi-understand ukuthi leyo moto izoloku ikhokhelwa ubani.
Okay.
Endibona bathe bangakhona ukulungisa but end of the day abasakwazi ukuthumela umuntu ngezabindleko aye lapho ayolungisa i-fridge. And okunye engifound outhile ukuthi if ubedi ku display befanele banginike i-discount. Abanginikanga ngisho i-discount.
Okay, siyabonga kakhulu ke Ntokazi ulalele lapho kumabona kude uBut Andile will address you. And But Andile, please also speak to this. I was going to ask this bekumele ngibuze when I was talking about secondary sales. Lezinto lezo oyithola ukuthi it was a final product estolo and they have been discontinued. Ziba inkinga kakhulu mase ufuna ukuyibuyisela estolo.
Kunjalo kanye msasazi. I-suppliers endingathi zi reasonable. Ziyayijonga xa zimisa i-price ye-item leyo zikunikeza ngayo ultimately wena as a consumer. Ziyayijonga lonto kanye ukuthi you know lento sisebeyithetha umzekelo ukuthi item yokugqibela le ibikhona pha evenkile okanye i-product njengoba usitsho about discontinuous-leyo ukuyiproducer. So xa bekuthengisela iprice yakhona they always factor in that fact as well ukuthi la risk wemsasazi ukuthi says that uba mhlambe ibiprice ethile bayakophulela bakuthengisele
ukuthi abamnikanga nje discount
ndiyothuka kakhulu.
Melenze njani but Andile, can you help her, can you assist her, because nali nefridge ngathi nisemakhaya and she won't have imali yokuthi alokelisa up and down. But also please speak to this, la ethenge khona isitolo, can the suppliers not send umuntu lapho i-product ikhona ukuthi iyolungiswa? I mean, to maintain low good relationship ne-client yenu.
You know, i-Consumer Protection Act meant for uprotector i-consumers zonke, but ikakhulu eyona nto ibangela uba kubekho i-Consumer Protection Act kuprotector ezi-consumers sithi zi-vulnerable consumers. I-vulnerable consumers sithetha ngee-consumers ezihlala kwiindawo ezingamaphandle, sithetha ngee-consumers ezingayanga kakhulu esikolweni ngezizathu ayingewonke umuntu obaleke ngabom esikolweni, and then futhi ne-consumers ngenxa yokhula in terms of iminyaka ufumanisa uba umntu seyemdala lo consumer ingumuntu omdala kakhulu ngeminyaka, so zii-consumers ezi-vulnerable. Besides ujonga ke nebala lo muntu ukuthi ibala lakhe umuntu lanseka linjani. So apha sithetha kanye nge-consumer vulnerable, and la supplier athenge kuyo la fridge umama inoxanduva ukuthi imithe halfway. Xa ebekwazile ngoko ebeyithenga la product anga-insist kubo ukuthi bayideliverishe, because unalo lo lungelo ukuthi bayideliverishe la product,
bayiteste noba iyasebenza,
bayiteste futhi ukuthi iyasebenza, bamconnecte bamteste ukuthi iyasebenza. Now xa esithi ngoku ayisebenzi
sifike nasekhaya, that's a problem.
Banoxanduva lokuthi bammithe halfway umama bayilande either
manje yenze njani but Andile, can she ningakhona ukuthi nim-assist nina, what else can she do?
Angathumela msasazi because impression endiyifumanayo ukuthi uzamile uthetha ne-supplier which is stage 1 wafela stage 1. Stage 2 ke ngoku would be uba athethe nento i-CGSO or else i-commission itself.
Okay, all right ke sisihlengiwe, I hope ukuthi uzwile lapho Ntokazi, ungasithumela nathi ilokhuzana your details sizozinikeza yena ubhuti Andile. Ake sithathe usis Gladys from Epitoli, siyakwamukela Ntokazi, umbuzo noma umbono? Gladys, are you still on the line? All right, it seems like we have lost Usis Gladys. Let's go back to Temba's question. Temba was inquiring about amalokuzana, like the warranty when it comes to imoto. I mean, cars have things like insurance and amalokuzana, motor plans. Please speak to us about that, Nelly.
If that is the case, I understand sometimes more purchase a vehicle is second-hand good. Sometimes the motor plan is expired, and then there's a warranty, an extended warranty. Motor vehicles want you to purchase. It's not that he's paying for the warranty. He's paying for extended warranty on the components which are covered. Some of them are wear and tear, which won't be covered by the warranty. So they must also look into your warranty cover what exactly on that motor vehicle.
So it might be warranty was actually buying probably a motor plan.
Yeah.
Well, we're not sure, but let's hope. Yeah, but Andile quickly.
I think in the balekleyo ukuthi bayenze kuButhemba kufanele bamcacisele ukuthi unayo le warranty le implied ye 6 months, and then batsho ke ukuthi okay look lento sifuna uyithenge it's over and above you know lena nsika le unayo iwarranty, bangathi akanayo completely makayithenge.
All right, okay, but he's already bought the car, so maybe now he can also refer iKCN ukunina so that nizoyifakela ibuko. Nsizwa time uzwileke lapho bathi ubhuti Andile lapho futhi angayizwa iCase yakho. Menga reply kumbuzo wakho uzusho ukuthi cha usibhalele la kwilungelo umcebe. Let's now take our final commercial break. Unganyakazi siyabuya khona manje. Well, it's our final segment. Sikufundisa ukuthi yini umehluko phakathi kwe-warranty ne-guarantee nokuthi wena, how do you then use that to your advantage njengomthengi? Let's take our final caller, uBut Samuel, all the way from a vet bank. But Samuel, a very good afternoon to you. Nsizwa umbuzo noma umbono uthi qaba nje. Samuel, good afternoon.
Hello, Siskunjani?
Siyaphila nsizwa, go ahead with your question.
Okay, siswami man. Ne problem ukuthi ngathenga icar brand new Toyota.
Yeah.
Nangaqeda uyithenga yaba ne problem ukuthi nangifike estopini izinikeza yona high rev la phezulu yehli phezulu kayimikisa same day ngithenga uyithenga brand new. Ayabamikisa bathi ngilethe bayilungise. Ngayimikisa until today I know but very problem yalamba Toyota lawo. So I don't know what next year ngiyacela ukubhatala September.
Okay, but so namanje usahamba ngayo leyo moto ihluphi njalo.
Namanje ngisahamba ngayo last week ibiya ku-service isesevele isesenjalo vele bathi ngilethe ngiyilungisa impendulo yabo bangitshela there's only one ukuthi hayi vele la makari ane problem high rev from the factory la enziwa khona.
La But Samuel nangu Bhuti Andile la unike nikhanda uthi akumele njengabe bakutshela leyo nto ithi ngithi akuphendule ngoba sesorepha uhlelo Bhuti Andile ngicela umphendule.
Leli kungelishwa nje umsasazo ukuthi uyigcinile uBhuti Sam le moto utheza uqobo noyibhatala but una kukho izinto usisebenzithethile lezi aba-R bathathu ukuthi okokuqala xa iphindisela unelungelo lokuthi ayiphindisele kwi-supplier for ukuthi irepairwe and then uba ngabane ilungisiwe futhi iphinde yophuke unelungelo lobathi okay ndifuna i-replacement okanye ndifuna okanye ufuna i-refund senze ukuthi lento nditshoyo ukuthi ililishwa into ba abe uyivezela langoku
okay, so he can contact you directly.
Just to add on that, Bhuti, funny I understand ukuthi if you've kept the vehicle, is there a material defect? Does it defeat the purpose which is generally intended? So the motor vehicle needs to move from A to B. Is it wear and tear ordinarily mode? Okay.
All right.
So just take that into account.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is where we leave it with today's program. Let me thank my studio guests uSisineli noBhuti Andile ngolwazi lwabo. Ngiphinde ngibonge nani futhi babukeli ngemibuzo nemibono yenu kusukela ngo-12 o'clock. Ukhumbula impinda yohlelo lethu yatholakala khona la ku SABC 1 eMzansi for sure every Thursday night from 10 to 11 o'clock ebusuku. Mina ke ngizophinde nginibone maduzane. Dungu Alisha wakajali ngithi salani kahle.
Yilungelo